the presence of God wherever you are. God is. We are the light of God. We are the love of God. We are the power of God. We are the presence of God wherever we are. God is. We are the light of God. We are the love of God. We are the power of God. We are the presence of God wherever we are. Wherever we are, God is, and all is well.
Hey, good morning. It's a holiday weekend. Are we excited or what? Yeah. Oh my gosh, it's so good to see everybody and to know that you're choosing to be here this morning on this beautiful Sunday morning where you could choose to be anywhere, but you are in this group with these lovely people. And for the people online, welcome. We are so glad that you're with us as well. Oh, you know what? I feel alive, alert, awake, enthusiastic. And I don't think I've ever heard the Prayer for Protection
That's
sung.
right. That's a brand new song for us.
Oh, my word. Yay. Lovely, lovely, lovely.
That's a Richard Medici song.
Okay. I loved it. So great. Wow. As I said, good morning to all of you and all of you online. It is a glorious day here. It is a day of sublime summer in Maine. So we are very happy to be with you. And so let us start, as we do, by opening up our hearts even wider than they already are with song. So you can sit or stand or do whatever your heart chooses.
Come, let us gather together. This is a place of love. We come together as people of prayer. This is a house built on love. Come, let us gather in peace. This is a sacred space. We join our hearts here in one loving family. This is a house built on love. We come together as people of prayer. This is a house built on love.
Thank you, and please be seated. And I'm going to invite you to join me in prayer. So I'm going to ask you to open up your hearts even wider. Just let the love that you are flow out. Filling this whole room, the doors are open, the love is going down onto River Road. People are driving through this ever opening cloud of love and wondering what in the heck is happening. All of a sudden, I'm feeling so much love. And so I'm going to invite you to do a call and response with me this morning. And we've been doing this for a while, and I really love it. So I will put out the call, and you will do the response. Oh, my beloved God. Light and love of all that I am. Today I am open and receptive to all that you are in me and as me. You are in me and as me. Today, I am fully present and grateful. I give love and I receive love. And I know that all is well. And so it is. So from this place of love, we just open up for this time together, knowing that Spirit is right here, active in and amongst us, as us, in us, through us. And for that, we are grateful. And so it is. Yeah. Well, do I have anything more to share with you at this very moment? Nothing, because I have something. The message this morning is such a awakening for me, and I know it will be for you. So let us stand or sit, whatever you choose to do, as we do our invocation. Picture. Whew. Well, we know the invocation. There is only one presence and one power in the universe and in my life, God the good, omnipotent. No more needs to be said about that. Our vision statement is, centered in divine love, we celebrate a spiritually transformed world. And my prayer is that as we leave today, transformation has happened in one way or another within you. Our mission statement is, Unity Center for Spiritual Growth reaches in to reach out through education, service, and creation of community. Everything begins in prayer, whether it's here or in your own life. And then we take that guidance and we apply it. And our core values are, we are loving, we are accepting, we are authentic, we are transformative, we are soul-centric, we are compassionate, and we are welcoming. And that is the very truth about us. And now, Dina.
Congregational song is The Power Within. And there it is. I believe in the power within. I believe in the power within. I believe in the power that can move any mountain. I believe in the power within. I believe in the Spirit. I have faith in the Spirit divine. I believe in the Spirit, and I put my faith on a line. I create from the power within. I create from the power within. I create from the power that can move any mountain. I create from the power within. I believe in the Spirit. I have faith in the Spirit divine. I believe in the Spirit, and I put my faith on the line. I will live from the power within. I will live from the power within. I will live from the power that can move any mountain. I will live from the power within. I believe in the Spirit. I have faith in the Spirit divine. I believe in the Spirit, and I put my faith on the line. I believe in the power that can move any mountain. I believe in the power within. I believe in the power within. I believe in the power within.
Yeah. Well, if you weren't awake, and if you weren't already revved up, I hope you are by now. So this is the time that we greet one another. And everybody here knows everybody. I don't see one new face in the room. I see somebody that hasn't been back for a while, but no new faces. So if you are new to us online, I would invite you to please put your name in the chat so that we can welcome you. I know Christine is monitoring the chat, and so are other people that are online, and we would love to know that you're here with us. So for those of us here in the room, I'm going to invite you to stand as we sing through Namaste once, and then the second time through, we greet one another with a smile, with a bow, with, I tell you about kitty cats. Kitty cats do this. They flicker their eyes, and that means that they love you. And so, and they know that you love them. So that's what you can do. Just look around and flick your eyes.
Namaste, Namaste. My heart sings Namaste. The Christ in me beholds the Christ in you. Namaste. Namaste, Namaste. Namaste, Namaste. My heart sings Namaste. The Christ in me beholds the Christ in you. Namaste. Namaste.
Beautiful. Yes. Wow. So here's the time in the service that I talk to you about our 5 basic principles. And again, all of you are not new to us, so you know what I'm going to say. But I go over them because I forget during the week, and I bet you do as well. I forget that there is only one presence and one power, and that one presence and one power is everywhere present. And so when I get caught up in the minutia of life, I think I have to be doing something, and I forget that I have a power greater than myself at work. The second one is that when I get caught up in minutia, it's usually I'm having difficulty with somebody, and I have forgotten that the truth of them is whole and complete. And that what I'm having trouble with is not who they are, it's how they're showing up. And it's not really even about them, it's about me. Because I'm perceiving something that is not the truth. The third one is that our thoughts are creative. And so, again, do I want to be thinking thoughts that are going to bring me stuff that I don't want? Absolutely not. So I have to be mindful of the things that I'm thinking so that I am bringing about, because our thoughts are creative, what I want. Prayer and meditation is the cornerstone. That's the keystone to all of these. If you have a prayer and meditation practice, you're going to have a much better time of remembering these first 3. And then, of course, the last one is putting them into action. And that is where sometimes I fall short because I forget. I go to sleep instead of stay awake. So how have you used these this week in your life? Anybody have a story that they want to share about how they put these principles to work? Gloria, come on down. Yeah. So I want to just say that she has these cute little things in her hair. She's got these cute little things in her hair.
I don't have a model. My model is those of you that are so much younger than I. So much younger than I don't have anyone that I have as a model. Well, how am I supposed to? Well, no, because I am myself. But this is a small, it's small but big to me. The main part of my house was a cottage built the year I was born, 1930. An old door, and it's been an eyesore for 10 years. And this weekend, my daughter-in-law and a gentleman friend of hers painted it. And what color is it? Can anyone guess? Purple. And I wish I brought the piece of paper because I hadn't intended to get up today. And I am so eternally grateful that I did not say, well, why isn't this being done? Why don't I have anybody to help me? Or what, I just, each day I let it go. The only concern was that my neighbors had to look at it and pass by it. That was the only concern I really had. And now I have that glorious, wonderful purple door. And purple, by the way, at State Fair is the highest, the purple is the highest ribbon, whatever.
Purple power. Yes. Wow. I love it. Thank you. And each and every one of you, I know that there are times within your week that those principles have to be called on. So don't forget them because they are so important. And now I'm going to invite to the platform Janice Murphy. And I want to say a little prayer for Janice, and she doesn't even know I'm going to do this, but Janice is leaving on Friday to go to South Africa. And so let's just give her a blessing as she goes. So Janice, we just see you and the whole group that you're traveling with having a safe journey to South Africa, and that everything that you do there just brings so much joy into your life and into the life of the people that you're interacting with. So we just see this trip being one of a trip of a lifetime, where there is so much love being exchanged, and you have everything that you need to have a successful and happy experience. And so it is.
Thank you, Reverend Pat. Thank you, everybody. Yeah. Well, in keeping with your door, Gloria, our word today is refresh. So your door has been refreshed. Honoring the divine presence within, I am refreshed. Stretching and yawning after a good sleep, enjoying a brisk walk in the early morning, or sipping a replenishing drink after a workout or time in the sun, I feel refreshed. I move forward into my next activity with a renewed feeling of well-being. Building upon and refreshing my knowledge may relieve me from thinking too much about my obligations. Spending time with a good book or revisiting favorite passages from my favorite writing can give me a relaxing mental pause. I find many opportunities to refresh my awareness that God, the divine presence, is within me wherever I am, whatever I am doing. It takes only a moment to find God's presence reflected in the people and animals I encounter and in the natural beauty that surrounds me. And from Romans 15:32, so that by God's will I may come to you with joy and be refreshed in your company.
Thank you so much, and I'm going to turn it over to Dina.
Thank you, Pat. To open up Pat's talk this morning, this is a song by Janice Stanfield. Born for Greatness. Look into a child's eyes. Tell me what you see. Reflections of the hopes and dreams of what we're meant to be. We are born for greatness. Everyday greatness. Born for greatness. Every day. There's a soul in every one of us, in every neighborhood, and I believe with all my heart, each soul is God. It isn't just the righteous stuff for all the world to see. We do great things every day, quietly. We are born for greatness. Everyday greatness. Born for greatness. Every day I feel born for greatness. Everyday greatness. Born for greatness. Every day I feel born for greatness.
Yes, born for greatness. Well, this is the book that I'm going to start a new series on today. Can you see how old and decrepit it is? It's by Alan Cohen, and he wrote it back in 1993, but it is still so relevant today. And I couldn't find it, so I ordered a new one. And so after, of course, I ordered the new one, then I found my copy. Anybody else have that problem? But I'm using my copy because I have so much underlined in it that I want to share with you. So he starts the section that we're doing today is called Your Life is Calling. And you're born for greatness, so of course your life is calling. So he tells a story in the introduction. And it's many years ago, there lived a well-lived Jewish sage named Rabbi Zusha. Rabbi Zusha was renowned throughout the world for his gifted insights as a scholar, a teacher, and a healer. When the time came for Rabbi Zusha to leave the world, his students gathered by his side. During a tender moment, the rabbi began to weep. "Why do you cry, Rabbi?" asked one of his disciples. "If anyone is assured a place in heaven, it is you. You are one of the greatest and most revered spiritual teachers in the world." Rabbi Yusha turned his head softly toward the one who spoke and looked him in the eye. His gaze was piercing, as one who can see through the world into another. "I will tell you why I weep, my dear one," the sage replied. "If, when I approach the gates of heaven, the angel who meets me asks, 'Why were you not Moses?' I shall answer with conviction, 'Because I was not born to be Moses.' And if the angel challenged me, 'But neither did you perform the feats that Elisha did,' I shall firmly respond, 'My mission was not the same one that Elijah was sent to accomplish.' But there is one question that I fear being unable to answer. Why were you not Rabbi Yusha?" Why were you not Pat Bessie? Why were you not? Put your own name in there. What appears the rabbi was asking right at the end of his life was whether he had dared to be himself during this lifetime. And that's the bottom line question we'll be asking in this series. So I'd like you to be thinking about this question: who am I? During our time together this morning. Who am I? It's a good question, isn't it? I can say I'm a mother, I was a wife, I'm a widow now. I can say all those things, but that does not answer who am I? And that's what we normally think about when you ask that question. We go to the external, but I'm asking you to go to the internal. Alan once told about an older man who raised his hand at one of his workshops and asked to speak. The man said, "I tried being myself, but it didn't work. I realized I didn't have enough experience." Alan said the entire room laughed, just as we are doing, because everyone there could identify. Every one of us can identify. All of us are seeking to be more fully ourselves. He goes on to say, sometimes our treasured selves come forth in a joyful moment of self-discovery, and sometimes we find ourselves through challenge and apparent conflict. No matter what route we take, we all share the awesome journey to the mountain of self-awareness. That's the journey we'll be on during these next several weeks. And although this book was written in 1993, it is as relevant today as it was then. We'll be exploring what it means to use Unity principles to meet challenges, to solve problems, and to create authentic spiritual community. Here in Unity, we look at the uniqueness of each human being. We see the beauty, the Christ in every living soul. I want you to just take a moment and just look around. Look at each and every person that's sitting here, but not just at their form, but at the beauty that you know is within them. Most everybody has interacted with somebody more than once in this room, and you know them. You know them. Each one of us is a precious soul calling for expression. Again, from Alan, there is one within us who is strong, wise, and compassionate. This one has a great capacity to give and receive love and know the deep truths of the heart. This is the one we have been questing for all our life. But many of us have tricked ourselves into believing that we are something other than we truly are. We've forgotten that we are the incredible being that God created us to be. We've forgotten the beauty and the greatness of our true self. Just exactly the song that Dina just played. Alan also says we can hide who we are, but we cannot destroy it. Ultimately, we must discover and live for our inner truth. I've been having conversations this week with people, and I've been saying there's something moving within me, and I'm not quite sure what it is. But I do know that there's something that is wanting to be birthed. And I'll tell you what my dilemma is. My dilemma is I don't have a whole lot of time left. And so that's a concern, but I have to keep dropping that concern because I will be able to live into whatever it is because that's what I'm here to do. And I know that that's probably true for you as well. That if we stop long enough and pay attention to what's going on within, there is something that is a moving. There's something that is a moving. And we don't always have names for it. Oftentimes it's like we've fallen asleep. Like we've gone on to autopilot. And we've been sleepwalking through life. Wondering, who am I? And where am I going? Well, I'm ready to find the answers to those. I'm done with the questions. And I hope you are too. As individuals, nations, and as a planet, we have forgotten our source. We have forgotten who we are and what we're here to do. We have all come here with a purpose. And the moment that we landed, we came out of that chute, we forgot. And so our whole life has been trying to get back to what it is that we came here to do. Jesus often talked about this idea of being asleep. In the Gospel of Mark, he tells the story of a leader of the synagogue, Jairus, who came to him because his daughter was dying. And from Mark, it says, while he was speaking to Jesus, people came from his house to tell him that his daughter was dead. They said, why trouble the teacher any further? But Jesus went with Jairus to see his daughter. When he had entered, he said to them, why do you make a commotion and weep? The child is not dead, but sleeping. Even in the story of Lazarus, Jesus said, our friend Lazarus has fallen asleep, but I'm going there to awaken him. Our purpose is to know and remember the magnificent beings God created us to be. God created each and every one of us to be just who we are. I can't be Cindy, and Cindy can't be Pat, because that's not why we were created. Our purpose is to know and remember the magnificence that God created us to be. So your life is calling. Are you listening? Will you answer the longing in your heart to be more than currently thinking who you are now? Will you answer the longing? And that's the word that keeps coming up for me, is longing. There is a longing that I'm feeling. Alan writes, the question is not, is there life after death? The question is there life before death? Is there life before death? There's a story about a little child's chair. It was old and the paint was peeling off. If you look closely and ran your thumbnail along the paint, you could see there were layers and layers of paint, maybe like Gloria's door. Very early on, its original color was yellow. Over that, someone then painted blue. And next, it got painted green and then red. The chair is a metaphor. The yellow was what the child's mother wanted him to be. The blue was what the father wanted him to be. The green was what the child's peers wanted him to be. And finally, the red was what society wanted him to be. But when you turned the chair over, the bottom of the chair had never been painted. It was a beautiful, solid oak chair with a most elegant grain. All that was needed was to strip away those colors, and a beautiful chair would emerge. Strip away all of the things that other people want us to be, and be who we are. Alan writes, to dare to be yourself means to live in the spirit of power rather than weakness. Song we sang this morning. To proceed from peace instead of clamoring to maintain defenses. To want the reality of love more than the nightmare of fear. To want the reality of love more than the nightmare of fear. The time has come for us to be released from the burden of living for dreams others than our own. The time of awakening is at hand. I can tell you, most of you all know that I had 3 marriages. Took me a long time to get to the right one, but what I want to say was, in every one of those marriages, except for with Leroy, so the other 2, I was living somebody else's dream. I was making somebody else's dream come into reality. And so when it came time for me to decide to go to ministerial school, it was a shock because I realized that was what I wanted. Nobody else wanted me to have that but me. And so it was scary. But what I realized then was I have to live for me, and Leroy had to live for Leroy. And if the twain should match, great. And it did. And I'm grateful for that. So Alan's going to take us on a journey that he calls the journey to self-awareness. Again, we're looking at the question and considering the question of who am I? Alan tells the story of a naturalist who was passing a farm and saw a flock of chickens in the barnyard. Many of you know this story. I love it, though. Among the chickens was an eagle, the king of all birds. And this puzzled the naturalist. The farmer told him that he had obtained the eagle as a chick. Since I've given it chicken feed and trained it to be a chicken, it has never learned to fly. It behaves as chickens behave, so it no longer thinks of itself as an eagle. But it has the heart of the eagle, the naturalist said, and surely it can be taught to fly. So he picked up the eagle and said to it, you belong to the sky, not to the earth. Stretch forth your wings and fly. But the eagle did not know who he was. Seeing the chickens pecking at their food, he jumped down to be with them again. So the naturalist took him up to the roof of the farmhouse, saying, you are an eagle. Stretch your wings and fly. Once more, though, the eagle was afraid and jumped down to eat with the chickens. Finally, the naturalist took the eagle to a high mountain. He lifted the king of birds up and said, you are an eagle. You belong to the sky. Stretch forth your wings and fly. The eagle looked back at the barnyard and then up to the sky, but still he did not fly. The naturalist lifted him straight toward the sun, and then it happened. The eagle began to tremble. Finally, he stretched his wings, majestically and sailed off into the heavens. The eagle represents our true identity as beings of unlimited power and potential. And are we down in the barnyard eating with the chickens? And there's nothing wrong with chickens, but that's not who we are. That's not where we belong. But the chickens represent that part of us that is earthbound because of fear, limitation, and the boundaries that we and others have placed on us. Like the eagle, we have forgotten who we are as spiritual beings. We are 100% divine. Alan says our goal is not to change who we are, but to remember who we are. Are you a chicken or are you an eagle? Were you born to scratch in the dust or soar in the heavens? In your answer lies your destiny. I'm loving looking at you because I can see the wheels turning. I can see that there's something happening, that you're remembering a dream that you might have had that you're not doing right now. The answer for those of us who believe in and practice unity principles is that we are eagles. We are eagles because we understand and celebrate the divinity of each and every human being on this planet, including ourselves. It's so easy to see the Christ in someone else, but we forget that that same Christ is within us. And once we understand this on a deep level, our lives change. How can we possibly live the way we used to live once we view the divinity within ourselves? Once we realize the truth of who we are. But despite all the pain, all the tragedy, all the appearance of evil, we are at heart spiritual. We are children of a loving Creator, created in the image and after the likeness. And we have incredible potential to live up to that inheritance. Our life is calling us to be who we are, to have the courage to stand up and say, "This is who I am." We may have tricked ourselves into believing that we are less than what we truly are, that we are chickens and not eagles. Each of us has a divine purpose. Each of us has a divine purpose. You and I each have a life that is calling us to do great things. And that doesn't mean it has to be a worldly thing. It means that it's just something that might be very close to you. But it's yours to do. So each week, we will be challenged to see our lives differently as eagles and not chickens. To shift our focus away from our problems to our potential. To see with the eyes of the eagle. The power to change your life and thus your world is in your hands. Take a look at your hands. It's in your hands. We can scratch in the dirt of chicken consciousness, or we can rise above the barnyard and see a vast new world from the mountaintop. Jesus said, "Even greater things than those shall you do." He was telling us that we will do greater things than he did. That's a tall order. So we're going to soar like eagles this week. And next week, we're going to dare to love ourselves. I'm going to invite you to prepare for meditation.
When I'm quiet in prayer, I open my heart. I open my heart. When I'm quiet in prayer, I open my heart. Hallelujah. When I'm quiet in prayer, I see only love, see only love. When I'm quiet in prayer, I see only love. Hallelujah.
And now, as you allow yourself to just be comfortable, and let my words wash over you, relax your body. Imagine, using your power of imagination, imagine a wave of warm, soft light slowly moving down from the top of your head to your toes. As it touches each part of your body, feel yourself relaxing even more and becoming very calm. Now listen to your heart. Focus on your heart beating in your chest. Imagine that each beat is like a drum coming to you in your life's adventure. Listen to the drum of your heart and let it fill you with excitement. Listen to your heart beating. Now let us discover our passions. Again, using the power of imagination, picture a library filled with books. And each book in that library represents something you're passionate about. Take a moment to think about what makes you happy. What do you enjoy doing? What makes you curious? Those are the books you want to read in your life. So take a few moments. Scan the titles of those books. Now we'll move on to our dreams and goals. Now imagine a clear blue sky filled with fluffy white clouds. Each cloud represents one of your dreams or goals. Take a deep breath and imagine yourself reaching for those dreams. You can do it. And you know there will be challenges along the way. Life isn't always easy. But you already have the power to face challenges. Imagine yourself as a superhero, ready to tackle any obstacle that comes your way. You believe in yourself, and you can overcome anything. See that big S for superhero on your shirt. And then it's important to connect with others. Think about the people in your life who support and love you, like your family and friends. They are like the wind beneath your wings, helping you soar. Remember to be kind and share your love with them too. We must put gratitude into this mix as well. Take a moment to feel thankful for all the wonderful things in your life right now. Even the small ones, like a beautiful sunset or a delicious meal. Gratitude makes your heart shine even brighter. Now we move into creating your story. Imagine your life as a blank book, waiting to be filled with adventures. You are the author, and each day is a new page. What story will you write? Make it an epic one. Breathe and believe. Take another deep breath and slowly exhale. And with every breath you take, feel more confident and ready to embrace your life's journey. Take 2 or 3 really deep breaths and exhale all the way out. And when you're ready, open your eyes, knowing that your life is calling and it's filled with endless possibilities. Because you have the power to shape your own destiny. And so it is. Did something bubble up for somebody? Anybody want to share? Anything that came forth? Just going to sit with it? Okay. I see a lot of eagles in here. All right. Now we'll go to more of the day-to-day stuff. What's happening? Our prayer partner today is Mimo. Mimo's here to pray with you. If something came up in your meditation that you want to share or you want some prayer around, she is here to pray with you. We are still promoting our parking spaces. We still have parking spaces left to be purchased. And I want you to use your power of imagination again, and I want you to see a beautiful parking lot. I want you to see it all in, you know, when you drive by and somebody's just had their parking lot redone, and you look and you see that beautiful black, everything is just beautiful. Well, you're going to see this, not only beautifully black, but then you're going to see beautiful white spots, white stripes. So you will know just where to park. So we do have parking spaces still to be purchased. $66 will buy you a parking space. I know that most of you got the email that the affirmative prayer class has been postponed. We hold Barbara Kowalska in our prayers as she was diagnosed with shingles. Yeah. So as soon as she is recuperating from that, we will reschedule the prayer class. The morning meditation, 9:30 meditation, return today, and that will be happening, yes, every Sunday at 9:30. Next week, Mimo will be the person doing the meditation, and we are very excited to have that back. Men's group is coming back off hiatus this coming Tuesday night at 7 o'clock, right here, right now. Also on September 12th, which is a Tuesday evening, do you wonder what your pet is thinking? I want to tell you, I am so excited about this class, and it's with animal communicator Kat Taylor. Many of you remember Kat from years ago. She will be here from 6:30 to 8 talking about cat intuition and cat communication. And my cat has done a 180 from the time that I had him till after she got through talking to him. And now he has just become a love bug. And I love it. September 14th, which is a Thursday night, is Unity's World Day of Prayer. And our prayer partners are putting together a program. It will start at 6:30 with meditation, and then 7 o'clock will be a time of prayer and other things that they're doing. There will be no women's group this month because of World Day of Prayer. So the women's group is postponed until next month. Kirtan, back September 22nd, Friday evening. And we are so excited. Todd and his group will be here sharing with us, and it has bring folks. This is a wonderful way to invite people into the community in a non-threatening way. Open mic happening on the 29th. Again, another time to invite people in. And then, of course, we have our regular morning meditation, Monday, Wednesday, and Friday with Barbara, Friday evening with Dina, and monthly meditation with Leah on the third Thursday. And women's retreat. We are chugging right along. We are doing really well with registration. So if you're interested, please register. It's going to be a fun time. Deb Engel will be our facilitator. Deb has been here before. She is the author of The Only Little Prayer You Need, Let Your Spirit Guide Speak, and Becoming the Light, I think is, I'm echoing. I am echoing. Oh, yeah, isn't that interesting? That one's not on. Is it on? Oh, it is on. Okay. I don't know. Oh, is that what's going on? Because I'm thinking somebody's phone's talking. Then I realize that's my voice. Anyway, those are the announcements. Always check Hard Thoughts and our website. And now is the time for us to receive our tithes and offerings, and we are so grateful for the opportunity to give and to receive. And so we just open up our hearts even wider than they already are, releasing any fear of letting go, knowing that everything is in flow. And so our affirmation statement is divine love flowing from me blesses and multiplies all that I have, all that I give, and all that I receive. Thank you, God, for the joy of giving. I forgot two things. The healing service happens here around 11:30, 11:45, and we have potluck today. So we're gonna receive. After you give, you're gonna receive.
While the offering's being taken, please join us in singing Blessed Always. Blessed always, blessed always, for the arms of God surround us. Let our joy be so triumphant that we rest in God and say Blessed always, for the arms of God surround us. Let our joy be so triumphant that we rest in God and say Amen. Blessed always, for the arms of God surround us. Let our joy be so triumphant, we rest in God and say Amen.
We bless these tithes and offerings, knowing that they go forth to do the will and the work of Unity Center for Spiritual Growth. And so it is. Amen. And now let us sing together our peace song. we end with the prayer for protection. The light of God surrounds us. We are the light. The love of God enfolds us. We are the love. The power of God protects us. We are the power. The presence of God watches over us. We are the presence. Wherever you are, God is, and all is well. Have a blessed week, my friends, and I look forward to seeing you next week.